Welcome, everyone. Cannabis news. It is Christmas Eve 2018. Happy holidays to all of you watching and listening. As you can see, I'm in a festive kind of mood on this Christmas Eve. Presented as always by the Marijuana Times, marijuanatimes.org. Of course, click the video tab at marijuanatimes.org to find this show. A bunch of great articles there as well. Today we're talking about Pennsylvania's governor and his evolving thoughts on cannabis legalization for recreational purposes. Also, Trump and Congress have legalized hemp on a federal level, and why men support marijuana legalization more so than women, at least according to polls. Talk about all that coming up. But first, of course, cannabis news is brought to you by Natureside, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides to grow safe and poison-free. Don't use harmful chemicals on what you are growing. Don't use banned pesticides. Be regulatory compliant. You know the drill. Do all of these things with Natureside, nature-side.com, a proud sponsor of Cannabis News. They are very awesome. It's all very awesome. Their sponsorship of the show is very awesome. Go check them out. If you're growing, whatever you're growing, it doesn't matter. You have problems with pests, insects, no matter, runs the whole gambit. That's the word I'm looking for, the whole gambit. I was trying to find a very old word. I found it. Eureka! There's another old word. All right. Now I feel like we're into the flow of the show. This first story comes from Jason Sander at marijuanatimes.org. Pennsylvania governor says it's time for a serious look at legalizing recreational cannabis. During a recent question and answer session on Twitter, Governor Wolf said, quote, "More and more states are successfully implementing marijuana legalization. It is time for Pennsylvania to take a serious and honest look at recreational marijuana." It's good. It's great. It's a great thing for a governor to say. Moves the discussion along from where Pennsylvania is right now with medical marijuana. Wolf's been very supportive of medical marijuana. He tweets a lot about it. If you follow him on Twitter, he's always updating on the Pennsylvania medical marijuana program and how things are going. But interestingly enough, as Jason points out, during an August interview with Pittsburgh's KDKA 1020, Wolf said quote, "There are what, 6 states that have legalized recreational marijuana in the United States? I don't think the citizens of Pennsylvania are ready for it, and so the answer I would say is no." So it's a rather quick evolution, but it's a good thing in the end, and it mirrors a similar evolution to Pennsylvania's neighbor, New York, and their governor, Andrew Cuomo, who, more so for political reasons, has made the journey from no, marijuana is bad, gateway drug, to hey, I'm all on board with legalizing adult use marijuana. Let's get this done. Maybe Pennsylvania goes the same way. Why Wolf has evolved on the issue? Maybe you've seen the success of medical marijuana. I don't know. I mean, I think Governor Cuomo, as I've pointed out in the past, his evolution was more public. It's a lot of it had to do with Cynthia Nixon running for governor and all that. So we'll see. But as I've always said, better late than never. You want to jump away the legalization bandwagon. We'll take everybody. We'll ask why it took you so long, but you're here. If you can help, then do so. This next story from Vox.com. Trump and Congress just legalized hemp. That's right. Hemp has been legalized on a federal level. We've talked a lot about it a lot. Mitch McConnell was a big-time champion of this. It was attached to the 2018 Farm Bill, made it through the Senate, went to the House. The House didn't include the hemp legalization, but in the compromise, the committee, the mending, the melding of the two, the House version and the Senate version. I forget exactly what that's called. I should know it, but the word has escaped me. I mean, I was able to come up with Eureka earlier, but this word escapes me. The conference committee, they get together and they put together the bill. Hemp legalization was included in the Farm Bill. Trump signed it. Bam. Hemp is legalized on a federal level. So now whatever states feel like they want to legalize and do pilot programs or whatever form of hemp legalization they want to do, they can do that. The FDA has already come out and said it means nothing for CBD, and CBD products are still illegal. I think there has to be a distinction made between CBD that's derived from hemp and CBD that's derived from marijuana. There's definitely a difference. I would think that the hemp-derived CBD would have to be legal. It's a product made from hemp. I don't know. I imagine that'll be maybe not a battle, but it's going to be something. The CBD issue, I fear, is not cut and dry. Although the FDA can't just say that something's illegal. I mean, they can say it's not FDA approved, obviously, and they probably even make you put that little label on there that says this is not FDA approved. But they can't just say no. We've decided, the FDA, that you can't sell it. It's illegal. Now it's derived from hemp. I mean, I don't see how they're going to be able to make that stand up, but I think we're going to find out. This last story from Washington Post: why men support marijuana legalization more than women do. Apparently, this was a new study from the basically Washington Post. They said they analyzed the March 2013 Pew Research Center study. They included questions about attitudes towards marijuana and self-reported marijuana use. When it comes to polls, men are more likely to support legalization than women are. The number of favorability has been going up among both sexes, but the gap remains the same. They looked at a lot of different matters, like parenthood, whether parenthood mattered. It turned out it did not. One factor that did matter was women's greater religiosity. Even though women are more liberal than men, women attend church more frequently, are more likely to identify as born again. But the major factor that they found was that men use marijuana more than women do. The gender gap in marijuana attitudes is the gender gap in marijuana use. All men, not just white men, report using marijuana more often than women. Once marijuana use is taken into account, there is no gender gap in attitudes towards gender gap in marijuana legalization. I don't know. I think there's some extra words in there, but who might have questioned the Washington Post? Seems like gender gap could be used one less time. Whatever. It doesn't matter. And then they go into the reasons why maybe men use marijuana more. Look, it is what it is. I mean, obviously they think that men using marijuana more than women is a factor. It probably is. Those type of people or the people who use marijuana are more familiar with its effects and what it does. But the good news is both men and women are more likely than ever to support marijuana legalization, which shouldn't matter, but it does matter because marijuana is illegal. It shouldn't have been made illegal in the first place, but it was. So here we are. Here I am on Christmas Eve doing Cannabis News. Thanks, everybody, for checking out the show. Thank you for sharing, liking, commenting on the videos. You all are awesome. Check out marijuanatimes.org. Thank you to Natureside, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides. And thank you all for watching and listening. Have a great holiday season. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Cannabis News.